Hello, Math 171 students. This is David Blevins, your instructor for this semester. I wanted to go over the syllabus with you and just kind of show you how the course is going to go. This is our Moodle course, our Moodle shell. And if you kind of walk down through it, it says start here, read the syllabus, and then do this syllabus confirmation. That's the very first thing you need to do here. So here's the syllabus. So it starts off up here with my contact information. This is the best way to get in contact with me this semester, but you can call here and leave a phone number. These are my office hours. I'll be in here every day at 10, Monday through Friday, and I'll also be in the Student Success Center for an hour before that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I strongly encourage you guys to use the Student Success Center. It's General Studies 135 here on campus, right outside of my office door, just down the hall. And I am in there Tuesdays and Thursdays, but there's somebody in there just about any time they're open that can help you with math. And you can actually sign up for a peer tutor as well, but you can also just drop in and get some tutoring help if you need to. Alright, these are the different things that we'll do this semester as far as the big overall goals of the course. And then here are some more of the outcomes for you guys and where you can maybe find the assignments that'll have those outcomes. Here is our textbook. It says required here, but just know this is not a requirement. The actual hard copy of the book, I think this is actually loose leaf, not even a hard copy. You can get that if you want to. It's always a great idea to have a math text, but it's not required because this is a requirement. This will actually have all your homework, your quizzes are going to be in this MyMathLab, and the MyMathLab access also gets you access to an electronic copy of the book. So when you sign in here, and we'll do that in just a little bit, you'll see there's an electronic copy that's verbatim exactly the same as the hard copy. So you don't have to have a hard copy. That is the ISBN number if you do want to get one. And it is, again, a kind of a cheaper loose leaf version of it. Alright, here's where your grade's going to come from. The majority of it is going to come from the average of those quizzes that you're going to take on MyMathLab. 40% of your grade is going to come from that with your lowest two dropped. Sorry, not your lowest two, your lowest one quiz dropped. Your lowest two homeworks will be dropped from that MyMathLab homework. And then these two are not on MyMathLab. The functions project, it is a semester-long project that we'll kind of do as we go. I'll send you out some reminders, and there'll be some videos on that as well. And then the final exam is a paper exam that we'll be taking on campus. It's so important for you to understand that you're going to take that on campus, and that's 30% of your final grade. Alright, your grading is a 10-point scale, so 90 is the cutoff for A, 80 is the cutoff for B, 70 for C, and so on. Alright, the attendance policy, this is the standard college attendance policy, but right here in the bold, this is my attendance policy in this online class. So we have to do it a little differently because I can't physically take your attendance, and because you could do your attendance in different times. You could do it at 2 in the morning, you could do it at 3 in the afternoon. I just go by the assignments, and if an assignment goes past due, that counts as an absence. Okay, we have roughly 40 assignments. So 10% of 40 is 4, so I'm going to give you a fifth missed assignment. If you get to 5, you could be dropped from the course. Okay, this is so important for you to understand. All right, I'm not just going to take your word that there was an error on Pearson that you couldn't get on there. You have to show me a screenshot with the error message on there. Okay, screen captures are there's more than one way to do them. You could use something called the snipping tool. If you have the snipping tool on your computer, you just click new, and you just click and drag what you're wanting to show, and now you can copy and paste. There's that same thing. You can copy and paste that into your email that you're sending me. Okay, so you need to make sure that you get a screen capture to me in some way. You can take a picture of your screen with your phone if you have to, but you've got to provide the error message. I'm not going to take your word for my computer couldn't get on MyMathLab last night. Okay, without a screenshot, there will never be a due date extension. Okay, and you've got to stay on top of the due dates. If you ask me, hey, I've had a rough week, can I have an extension for that due date? You know, that's part of what college is. You got to learn to juggle your time and manage your time correctly. So that's the only thing I would extend due dates for is if Pearson went down, if their site went down, and they would provide an error message if that happens. So you have to provide me with that error message via a screen capture or a picture. All right, academic honesty policy. For this course, that would be cheating. It would be having somebody do your quizzes for you or getting extra help on those quizzes, and that would result in a 0 on that quiz if I found out about it. Plagiarism actually does apply to this course when we're doing the functions project. There's some parts of the project where you are collecting data and modeling the data, and if you present somebody else's modeled data, then that's considered plagiarism, and once again you could get a 0 on that part of the project and a 0 on the project if you do it multiple times. All right, and that online identity, that goes back to don't let anybody else take your quizzes for you. Do your own work in here. All right, the rest of it is just a standard course syllabi. If you have any other questions about any of this stuff, just use the links provided or call the phone numbers provided. Okay, so that being done, I'm going to go back to our Moodle course. Now that I've read that syllabus, the next thing to do is the attendance verification. So you click that, and it's a very brief, just 4 questions, really just 3 questions, and it's a pledge to abide by the syllabus. So you're just going to go in here and answer, copy and paste this. You copy it, and then you come down here, add submission, paste it, and then write your answers in. Okay, and it's very, very basic questions that are on the syllabus. Where's my office? You saw that on there. How's attendance taken? You saw that. And do you have to have your textbook? I mentioned that. And then you just put your name in there. Okay, and this is Math 171 or pre-calculus if you want to write whichever one of those right there. All right, so anyway, that's you have to have this done by the 12th. Okay, you have to have this done by the 12th. If you don't, you will be dropped from the course, and that doesn't matter if you've started the MyMathLab. This is the attendance verification. This is what we call the census assignment, and you do these in all your online courses. If you don't do this one, this is the one I've marked as the census assignment, then you will be dropped from the course, no matter if you've gone through here and gone to the MyMathLab stuff. Okay, so that's why I've got this up here at the top at the start here. All right, now that you've done that stuff, set up MyMathLab. So what you're going to do next is you're going to click on this registration for the MyMathLab access. You click that, there's our course, there's the website. You just go through this process and you'll have MyMathLab set up. Okay, if you're repeating the course, you need to let me know ASAP. But if this is your first time, just follow these instructions and everything should be fine. You do have to have a new access code if you've never taken 171. If you've taken the developmental math, or if you've taken 143 or statistics or something, you still have to have this new access code. All right, this is just a brief intro to MyMathLab. You can watch this video, and it just shows you me going over what MyMathLab is. It's a previous semester, so don't worry about the dates on there. But I go through the video and I show you how to access that textbook that I mentioned before, and how to use the tools for the homework in there. So there's tools that help me solve this, view an example, that are in there that can help you. All right, the next thing you'll see after that are the tools for the course. This is a link to our MyMathLab portal. Just click on this link right here, and it will take you to the MyMathLab site. All right, you can go straight to this. This is the web address. You can go straight to that. But you just click sign in. Once you have registered and done all the process to get started, just click sign in, and you can just do that every time. You don't have to go through the registration process. Okay, you'll click on this that first time when you're following those instructions, but after you've done that, you'll just click sign in, and you'll go in and you'll work on your assignments. So watch that video to see what to expect from MyMathLab. You can use this link to go to MyMathLab, but you can also just bookmark that link and use that every time. You do want to make sure that you know your username and password for the day you come to campus to take the final exam, because I have no access to it. So that day you come to campus for the final exam, I can get you to the site, but I can't get you logged in. So you are going to have to know your your username and password that day you come to take the final exam, if you need to get in here. Now, it's a paper exam, but that's just if you need to get into MyMathLab for any reason that day you come in. Alright, this is a free online calculator, graphing calculator. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful calculator, and you will be able to use this on your final exam as well. But if you just type in an equation, it can plot it for you, and it can also understands function notation, which you'll read about in the next couple of chapters, and you can type in function notation and it'll understand that function notation. So there's a lot of uses for this semester. This is part of your functions project this semester, so do make sure to take some time to play around with this and use it in your homework. If you bought a TI 83, 84 or whatever, that's fine, you can play around with that too, but this is a free tool and it's perfectly fine for you to use, and we are going to use it for our functions projects that I'll show you later on. Alright, and then below that it starts the notes. These are chapter P notes. There's chapter 1. The green things are books with video notes in there. So you click on that and you can press play and watch the video notes for that section. And then in addition to those video notes, these are just other notes. They're not notes that I made, like the green ones, but they are additional notes that could maybe help you if you're still needing some help with stuff. Homework examples are literally things from your homework, questions similar to what you see in your homework. These have the graphing calculator, but you can also do the same problems with Desmos. And I would encourage you to do what I do with these graphing calculators in these videos with Desmos to learn Desmos as we go along. Alright, so there's video notes all the way through for the chapters that we do, which are chapter P, 1, 2, 3, and 7. Alright, and here's the big one. This is a functions project. This is the biggest single non-final exam that affects your grade. This is 20% of your final grade. It's a semester-long project, and this goes through the process of making the slides, but this is what you're going to be graded on. If you click on this, and this has a rubric of how I'm going to grade you, and you need to make sure to read this and get started on it. This is not going to be due till close to the end of the semester, like right at May. This was from last semester. I'll have to update that, but you will. I will remind you to start working on this at different points of the semester. But it is functions. That's what we study in this course, and we don't learn them all at once. We pick up some in chapter 1, and we pick up a few more in chapter 2, a few more in chapter 3. So I'll send out reminders to say, okay, now we know what this function is, so make sure to make that next slide for our functions project. Okay, and that's the gist of it. If you have any questions, do up here at the top again at the syllabus, do send me an email here if you have any questions. You can again also call me, but you can just click that hyperlink. It'll bring up your email, and you can send me that email with whatever question you may have. Alright guys, good luck this semester, good luck this first week. Make sure to do that syllabus confirmation ASAP. I would just go ahead and get that out of the way and not put it off any longer.